Students, we were doing your lesson number 4, and in this lesson number 4 we have completed temperature, then scales of temperature. After scales of temperature we have done some numericals to convert the degree Celsius into Fahrenheit and the Fahrenheit into Kelvin. Okay, then we were doing type of thermometer. That also we have discussed that we have 3 type of thermometers. First one is clinical thermometer, then another one is a digital thermometer and laboratory thermometer. And I have explained you that the thermometer which is used to measure the human body temperature, that is known as clinical thermometer, and range is between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degree Celsius. Okay, then clinical thermometer also I have discussed, which is having a special type of crystal, that is LCD, that is liquid crystal display, isn't it? And we are going to get the temperature here in the form of digits. Then the third and the last one, the thermometer which we have, that is laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometer means the thermometer which is usually used in labs and which have more tendency, or we can say more much scales to measure the temperature. Its range varies from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. So we can say that these type of thermometers are used in various field nearby us. After that I have explained you track your process. Okay, that also we have done. Now our today's topic is heat. As you all know that heat is a form of energy. Okay, the energy, we have so many energies around us. Out of that, heat energy is also one of them. If your mother prepare hot milk for you people, and if she transfer the hot milk from one container or one tumbler to another one, then what will happen? The another also get temperature. It means we can say that the energy flows from one body to another body, isn't it? So it is called a type of heat energy. So heat always flow from one body at high temperature to the another body at a low temperature. If, as I have explained you that we have 2 tumblers. First tumbler is having hot milk and another one don't have anything. That if we pour the milk from first tumbler to the second one, then it will, the heat get transferred to first tumbler to another one also, and up to when the heat will continue to be flowed till the there will be the same temperature range will be there. So the heat flows continue till both the bodies reach the same temperature, and such type of temperature is called equilibrium temperature. What do you mean by equilibrium? Equilibrium means equal, and temperature, you know. So as we all know that the natural source of energy, or we can say especially heat energy, which we are getting from on our earth, that is sun, in the form of solar energy. Okay, we are receiving the solar energy in the form of heat as well as light before 5 billion years, and after 5 billion year also we are going to receive this solar energy, or we can say it is the ultimate source of energy, which is going to be renewable source and inexhaustible source of energy. Okay, same way fire is also considered as natural source of energy. Okay, burning of fuels such as wood, coal, LPG, all these are fuel. They also after burning provide heat energy to us. Okay, and we know that friction also produce heat. If we have two object, and if we take them simultaneously, then they will also produce heat. So we can get our different forms of energy from electrical heating devices also. As you know that we have electric iron, we have geysers, heater, toasters. All these are the heating devices which are used by electrical energy. So here we have to get that we have different type of heat energy, and we can use, or we can see that how heat flows from one place to another, and heat always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. Here it was given one activity also, that in these two activities, in this we have to take two glasses half filled with cold water, and what we have to do, transfer the content of one glass into narrow vessels and heat it. Okay, then drop a few iron nail in the boiling water and leave it for some time. If we leave it for some time, then what we see, that after some time the nails also get heated up. How? The water which we have heated, it will transfer the heat from higher to lower. Okay, so what we conclude from here, we observe that the water of glass having the iron nail feels warm, and hence the heat energy flow from body placed at higher temperature to the body placed at lower temperature. Which is having high temperature? Your iron nail. And which one is having low temperature? Your cold water. Then I am explaining here page number 47. Units of heat. Students, usually we use two units of heat. First one is joule and another one is calorie. Joule is the SI unit of heat. We can say SI unit, I have explained earlier also, that is standard unit. The standard unit of heat is joule. And calorie we are also using for measuring heat. So if anyone asks you that what is 1 calorie, so 1 calorie is the amount of heat produced required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree Celsius. Or in simple words, we can say for heating 1 gram of water to raise the temperature up to 1 degree Celsius, how much amount of heat is required to us, that is called amount of heat energy. And 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joule, or we can say 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 4.2 calories. And if you talk about kilocalories, so 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calorie. Okay, so I think up to here it is understood to you. Then if we talk about general effect of heat, what are the general effect of heat? There are so many effects which bring the changes. First one is heat brings about change in temperature. The temperature gets changed if we supply heat to any object, isn't it? If we heat any object, then what will happen? After some times it will get heated up. Similarly, the heat can be fall from hot object if the temperature is going down. Okay, then the second one, heat can bring changes in dimensions. What is dimension? Dimension means length, breadth and height, or we can say dimension means this length, area and volume. So if we heat any object, if we, for example, if I take the example of ice, if I heat ice cubes, then what will happen? It start melting, the dimensions also get changed, isn't it? Same way I can take example of iron also. So the heat can bring changes in dimensions of any object. So I think the general effect of heat is clear to you. Rest of things we will do in our next video. In this video we have completed what is heat, then activity I have explained you, then unit of heat is clear to you, then general effect of heat is also clear to you. In next video we will complete expansion in solid, in liquids and in gas. So till then, thank you, have a nice day.